Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to episode 2 of Metroid Prime. In the last episode, we arrived at the space pirate Frigate, and we did some exploring, found some dying space pirates, and some crazy bioengineering weapons, and all kinds of strange creatures. In this episode, we're going to be escaping from the Frigate, what have you. Alright, we have a boss coming up, actually. So let's scan these guys. Analysis detects large amounts of blood missing from the carcasses. These bodies may have been used for nourishment, pattern consistent with predator behavior. Oh. Predators are never good news for Samus. They usually mean abnormally large predators. We're talking like dinosaur size. Alright, so when you enter this room, the elevator will take you down, and this battle's actually very famous. To the point where it actually has its own Super Smash Brothers course, which I think is pretty cool. But here we go. The first boss of the game, and this is just a taste of how difficult the rest of the game is going to be. It's the Parasite Queen. Of course, you're going to want to scan it. Alright. Parasite Queen, parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. Well, that's just creepy. A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Duh. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen. Origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. Obviously, they've had some considerable results. Alright, so you're going to want to jump while strafing to get out of the way of her attacks, and you're going to want to obviously shoot into the gaps in this blue force field that's kind of spinning all over the place. You will have to move with it, obviously, and if you get too far away from it, it will eventually start spinning like it did before. As you can see, her health bar up there, she's almost dead. It doesn't take that many hits, especially if you use missiles, which I suggest. I mean, it'll make the battle end a lot faster. And yeah, as you can see, her attacks don't do that much damage to you. If you get caught in it by accident, I mean, especially if you're jumping out of the way, it's only going to do 1 or 2 damage. But this isn't meant to be a difficult battle. It's meant to give you a taste of what the boss battles are going to be like coming up later in the game. And with a cool explosion, the Parasite Queen goes down. Reactor core critical, evacuate immediately. So we do have a time limit here. I believe it's about 7 minutes. Yeah, about 7 minutes. And we're going to have to take a different path back. We're going to be taking the underground approach. Now, as for this time limit, it's really not that difficult to get out of here in that time. Especially if you just keep moving. You would have to really dilly-dally and get lost. I'm probably going to get out with like a good 3 minutes or so to go. In this room, just wait for the explosion. Don't worry about trying to kill the pirates. Everything's going crazy. Oh, never mind. Some of these pirates are like not really that damaged, so it's going to take a couple of shots to knock them down. Don't really worry about it. Use your missiles if necessary. And then we can jump through into the sewer area. There's going to be a lot of termites around here, but I suggest just rolling past them, honestly. Because that'll just make your life so much easier. Rather than stopping and trying to shoot all of them, you're going to waste so much time. Remember that you can use your morph ball bombs to open the doors. Unfortunately, we're about to lose a lot of our weapons. And by a lot, I mean probably like 75% of the weapons that we have are going to be gone shortly. And we're going to have to go on a quest to find them back. They're all located in the Chozo ruins, which we will actually get to at the end of this episode, but kind of sucks. That's the one thing I didn't like about this game, is that you lose all of your items. Oh well. Alright. Open, door, open. Thank you. Alright, be careful of the turrets in this room, so I suggest just kind of staying out of the way, hug the wall, and then you can use your missiles to destroy them before they even know that you're there, because you're sneaky and whatnot. Again, you can roll through those parasites. The most they're going to do to you is maybe 5 damage if you really get caught up in them. Just keep laying morph ball bombs. You might be able to destroy some of them as you go. But it's nothing to worry about. They're not going to kill you. And you don't have to fight any more bosses or space pirate that will really be that difficult. So you don't have to worry about conserving your health. Alright, in this room, you're going to want to follow this moving pillar, or moving wall. And on the right, there will be a door that becomes revealed if you follow it long enough. We're actually almost there. This isn't that long. It's a lot longer when you stop and try to kill everything. Okay, in this room, we're going to learn how to use our grapple beam, which we're actually going to lose as well. And that's actually one of the only items that is not found in the Chozo ruins. Oh my goodness. It is Ridley. And he looks a little bit different than what you're used to. Yeah, he's Meta Ridley. He's been enhanced and revived because actually in Metroid 1, you actually defeated Ridley on planet Zebes, and that's why the Space Pirates have rebuilt him. Alright, this is the last door here, so we can just scan this stuff. Meta Ridley, cerebral casing stable exoskeleton seal holding. Begin umbilical retraction. So he has been reborn indeed. While in combat visor mode, press and hold L when this object is in your view. To use the grapple beam, I just showed you how to do that. Just need to use the L button, that's all, it's just about the timing. Alright, so I guess there's nothing else that we need to do here. And you're going to want to scan this. That will disable the turret that's around the corner. You can still destroy it if you want to, but it's... what the hell? Oh. Yeah, don't run into the electrical force field there. Wait for it to subside. We can scan this to activate the elevator, and then a cutscene will ensue where an electrical blast from the tunnel is going to blow us into the elevator, and ouch. See, we just lost pretty much everything that we had, and it's going to show us on the screen all of the items that we lost. Various suit malfunction, so we're down to the power suit. Morph ball malfunction, missile malfunction, charge beam malfunction, grapple beam malfunction. Okay, so we can't use charge beams, we can't use missiles, we can't use our grapple beam, we can't even enter morph ball mode, let alone use a morph ball bomb. And we lost our various suit, which gives us extra protection and also gives us heat protection as well. But yeah, we're gonna have to get all that stuff back. You can scan that to depressurize the room, and eventually the door will turn blue. Go through, and yeah, this is pretty much it. We have successfully escaped the Space Pirate Frigate, and we will not be back here. One thing I would advise is to take this whole level just fairly slowly, especially when it comes to scanning things, because if you're going for like the 100% scan rate or completion, whatever, you can't come back here. Obviously, it's blowing up, it's destroyed. You can't come back and get a second chance to scan these things, so make sure that you get everything that you need to. As Meta Ridley takes off, we jump in our awesome gunship, and we follow Meta Ridley down onto the planet Talon IV, and that's where the rest of this game is going to take place as we unravel the mystery that is Meta Ridley and the Space Pirates. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. Alright, so we're going to be landing in the Talon overworld, and we will be coming back here several times to get various items, and there's actually like a whole underwater level that takes place in Talon overworld, but that's later on in the game. I believe we already have 2 of the extra beam weapons at that point. It looks like we're going to come to a crash landing, but Samus is all badass with this and pulls up at the last second, or the last seconds, I guess. And there we go, we have arrived. One thing to take note of is that you can always come back to this area and enter Samus's ship to regain any ammo, like missiles. And I don't know if it does power bombs. I want to say it does. But yeah, missiles and power bombs. And you can save your game and get full health. So you get fully recovered. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is go through this door right here. This is the only way that we have to go, actually. So that's where we're headed. You're going to want to pull out your scan visor because beetles are going to come out of the ground. Scan that. Our first Talon enemies. A beetle, burrowing insect with a resilient carapace. Extremely aggressive. Ooh. That's not good. Insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rock at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly. They attack anything that moves near their lair. So they will come out of the ground if you're anywhere near them and just run at you like crazy. But you can just shoot them a bunch of times. Just mash the A button. And of course use your L targeting. And they'll be gone in no time. You'll be seeing a lot of them as we enter the ruins as well. Alright, so we're going to go scan Happy here to scan everything. Sap sac. Chemical reaction within sac produces violent explosion when agitated. This is actually not an enemy though. Because of its irresistible odor and sweet nectar, the sap sac was nearly eaten out of existence. The evolution of an explosive chemical sac saved it. Now only brave or ingenious creatures dare to devour it. So why is this useful to us when it's not an enemy? Well, you can shoot it a bunch of times and it will explode, and a lot of times it will leave behind useful items like health and missiles and things like that. These red energy units recover 20 units of energy instead of the purple, which recover 10, so keep that in mind. Unfortunately, we don't have the charge beam to pull anything in. Blast cap. Volatile chemicals within this weed's toxic fungal cap. Ooh. The poisonous flesh of the blast cap helps keep it from being eaten. It also detonates its fungal cap when it senses even slight contact, so if you touch it, it's going to explode and then release all these toxic chemicals. Zoomer anchors itself to walls and other surfaces. Avoid contact with spikes. Duh. A basic nerve center located directly above the Zoomer's mandibles detects nutrients. Alright, so the sharp spikes deter casual predators, but the lack of a reinforced carapace makes the Zoomer vulnerable to any indirect attacks. And apparently it also is vulnerable to direct attacks because all you have to do to kill it is just shoot it with literally any weapon. So they're not that dangerous. They just kind of walk around. They don't shoot anything at you. Yeah, really not that hard to deal with. So you can target them when they're running around, shoot them a couple times, and they'll be dead. This is actually a different enemy. It's the red version of the Zoomer family. Geemer, wall-crawling mollusk with retractable spikes. So these are retractable, not out all the time like the Zoomer. The Geemer is an evolutionary offshoot of the Zoomer family. When threatened, it extends lethal spikes and retracts its head deep into its armored carapace. Okay, so when you try to shoot it, it will take its spikes out and protect itself so you can't destroy it with a beam weapon. The easiest way to kill it is your missiles, obviously, but we don't have those right now, so yeah, that's kind of a problem. Oh, giant flower, what the hell is that? Oh, okay, apparently that is bad news. Blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous, even to the blood flower itself, so we can use it against it, I see. 3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster. Oh, that's kind of cool. And the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity. So when it shoots that green thing at us, we're going to shoot it and then have it explode on it and kill it, which is kind of evil if you ask me. Like, it makes them explode. Kind of sucks, but not at the same time. I knew we could scan this. I was like, where is it? Alright. Tangleweed, plant life with basic sentience. Retracts into ground if threatened. So all we have to do is shoot it to make it retract into the ground. It does come back, though. Tangleweeds are only dangerous to small organisms. They are covered in tiny barbs designed to trap small meals. Tangleweeds lack the strength to do anything more than hinder large organisms. So, oh, that looks like it is a missile door. It has that blast shield on it, so I'm guessing that we're not supposed to be going this way. It must be the other door in this room. I think there's only one other door that we can get to right now, and that's going to be this one right here. So, by process of elimination, we're going to go this way. I heard some beetles come up behind me, but I just ignored them. Yay, Zoomers. Die, Zoomer, die, Zoomer. There we go. That was cool. Oh, an elevator. Access to Chozo Ruins West granted. And this is the main form of transportation between the different sections of the planet, which is kind of strange, but I don't know, it's a Metroid game. It's like sci-fi, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to make a lot of sense. You can take an elevator everywhere. Alright, so we have arrived in the Chozo Ruins, and this is where we're going to be spending a good like 5 or 6 episodes recovering items and figuring out what's going on here, because the waters are all toxic and poisonous and stuff. Alright, so we have a seismic disturbance that we need to look into, and it's at the Hive Totem. But we're not anywhere near that right now, so yeah, we're just going to slowly make our way over there. We'll get there next time. Alright, Chozo lore. At the highest point of our city lies the fountain, a wellspring of pure water that flows throughout our civilization. It is the jewel of the Chozo, the life giver, and yet its waters speak of a clouded future. As we come to understand the paths of time and space more clearly, we have begun to glimpse rough tatters of past and future, glittering around reality like soft lights behind a curtain. We have seen the fountain in these glimpses, pouring darkness instead of water, and we cannot guess what the visions mean. So, what does all that mean? You're going to be seeing them everywhere. The Chozo are obviously the creatures that inhabited and once inhabited these ruins. They were attempting to build a city here, and when we scan these lores and read about their stories and all this stuff, we're learning about where they came from, what they were like as people, and it gives background to how this planet was created and all that stuff. So I'm going to be scanning all of them, obviously, because we want to find out what's going on, right? We kind of would like to know about the story. There's a purpose behind that. And some of it will actually help you throughout the game if you pay attention to it. But as you can see, that door back there was a missile-locked door, so we can't go there just yet. We're going to go this way instead. And, oh, what are these things? More termite thingies? No, scan them, Samus. Thank you. Scarab, exploding parasites that can end their bodies in solid rock. Wow. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile life form is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in floors and walls. Embedded scarabs will explode when threatened. So all you need to do is shoot them. You can target them if there's any left over. A lot of times they'll leave items like health and missiles and whatnot. Oh, more creatures. Ion, immobile organisms entirely composed of ocular tissue. Yeah, they look like just big eyes. Capable of launching sustained energy beams when active, the ion is sensitive to light and will close shut if a flash ignites nearby. Okay, so for now, we can't actually kill them with our current weapons, but what you can do is shoot them in the eye, ouch, and that makes them stop shooting their laser beam at you. What is that? Unusually high concentrations of poison identified in tree leaves. That's something that we're going to be finding throughout the ruins here, is that there's just poison everywhere, and we need to get to the bottom of that, because there's not supposed to be poison everywhere. Anywho, our map, our lovely map, has detected a save station nearby, and it's actually in the room next to this one, so we might as well go save, because we're approaching 19 minutes-ish, so I think we're going to call this an episode. In the next episode, we're going to attempt to go to the Hive Totem and get one of our weapons back already. And of course, continue on exploring the Chozo ruins. And thank you much, yes. I can speak. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 3. Game on!